Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's reading. Of course, you know me as Stan the Shadow Seeker, and I will be doing a general reading for my beautiful collective that I channel in every week. I do want to apologize again that there was no reading video last week, but I do bring good news for those of you that have been with the channel since day one and have been really dedicated to supporting the channel, which many of you have been. I feel really compelled to perform a lot more reading videos. So I am going to be creating a schedule that I'm going to adhere to for the remainder of the year for 2025. And I'll be posting reading videos 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They might be posted at different intervals or different times, but I will be having at least 3 reading videos every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the remainder of the year. So that is something to look forward to. And I really do hope that whatever messages come from spirit in those videos are exactly what you need to hear when you need to hear them. They will be timeless messages, so you can definitely come back to them if you feel guided. But let's just jump into this reading. I feel compelled to start out with the What's the Vibe deck, so we're just going to draw a few cards here and see what the vibe is and see what messages come out. I have no intentions whatsoever for the reading, so whatever comes out is definitely direct messages from your guides, your ancestors, your deities, your spirit team, whatever higher power you believe in. So let's just see what's coming out here for everyone in the collective. Okay, so we have here the time card as our opening card. It says delay, procrastination, too busy. We also have the boundaries card, which says just respectful, enough is enough, defend yourself. And we have the love affair card, which says dirty little secret, sex fix, and it also says down low. So immediately I'm picking up an energy from the collective, and I feel like it's only going to connect with a few of you, not everyone, but there's something that is moving what feels slowly here. Collectively, what I'm sensing is there's something that is causing some sort of delay, but this delay is something that hasn't been resolved yet. It's almost like someone's avoiding some sort of decision, but I'm sensing something with the heart chakra here. I'm sensing something where there's some sort of need where somebody has to defend their personal peace. They have to stop excusing disrespect from others, stop absorbing people's chaos. There's something about this self-sacrificing energy that I'm feeling where it feels like something's being blocked. And it really feels like there's like this hint of secrecy or temptation surrounding this type of energy. It feels like some sort of entanglement where it's like someone is really getting drawn into stories or emotions that aren't really reflecting what's truly going on with you right now. I know that came out really weird, saying that stories. It's almost like, there's something that's playing out and it's like it's not meant for you in a sense. And so it's like spirit is trying to guide you to move from something that really is conditional to something that's a little bit more balanced. So this feels like a message of self-worth. It really feels that spirit is opening something up for you where you have to realize your boundaries or rebuild them, because there's been a lot of chaos that I'm really sensing in some sort of connection for you. And you're being asked to really slow down right now and really just take time and really regain your power from whatever this chaotic situation may look like for you. Now, this could be with friends, this could be with family, but I'm really sensing a lot of loving type of energy. So I really feel like this has to do with some sort of divine connection that you have, or if you're not actually communicating with this person in the physical that you had, but you're still connected spiritually, energetically, is what it feels like. So if something is happening right now for you and it feels like a delay or some sort of rejection, it's actually really divine protection right now. And what's happening is you're learning or relearning to really stand in your own authority again, because it's almost in a sense that you've lost your way. Something transpired with this particular individual, or for some of you, maybe a group of individuals. You may have gotten really entangled into some sort of love triad type dynamic for some of you. But primarily, I'm sensing that it's one other individual, and it's really time to heal. And in order to do that, I feel and sense that you have to really distance yourself and really learn to really stand on your own 2 feet again, because there's something here that it's like a sense of giving too much into something and you just lost your way entirely, is what it feels like. I feel like that's really only going to connect with a very small percentage of the collective that I'm channeling into, but it's a very strong thread of energy that I feel. We have the stuck in lack card. It says you have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. So I feel like that's definitely confirmation of where spirit is really wanting you to identify something and really wanting you to take back your power, take back your strength, and regain a lot of your authority. So it really connects with the opening message here that we have from the What's the Vibe deck. Now, I do want to immediately shift into the tarot and just kind of see what comes out here. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position, which is always beautiful energy to see. It's an amazing, beautiful card of abundance. Okay, and we also have the Moon card reversed, which we haven't seen in quite a while. I have not seen this card in quite a while. We also have the Devil reversed, and then we also have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So a lot of major arcana energy here, but this message is very clear to me. So what's coming through from spirit for this collective is that we're being realigned towards a long-term stability and a type of legacy, something that's really grounded in an everlasting type of energy is what I'm sensing. But before we can really get to this Ten of Pentacles energy, what I am feeling is that certain illusions have to fall away, whatever that may look like for you, especially if it's connecting in the romantic sense. Because I'm really sensing that, like, the ultimate goal, really, for many of us in the collective is true fulfillment, true security, and, the type of abundance that, again, is very, like, everlasting, like, absolute. It's something that, you want to see in your 3D, but you also want to see it emotionally, spiritually. But before you can really grasp that, before you can really anchor that into the 3D, with this Moon card, it really feels like there's something that's hidden in the surface. It's like truths are being revealed, both about others and really, first and foremost, yourself. So anything that's really been built on illusion, fantasy, or confusion is really coming into the light right now. And I feel like that's going to come in many different forms and ways for many people in the collective. But primarily, I feel that this is speaking to someone that's been dealing with a lot of divine connections and some sort of like entanglement when it comes to the heart chakra. I just really feel compelled to really say that. So I really feel like this is dealing with many people in the collective that are dealing with connection issues at the moment. And it really feels like love. It really feels like something that's really romantic. So for many of you, you may be dealing with a lot of different entanglements romantically, and it's really showing up in the 3D in a very chaotic, haphazard type of way. So there could be a lot of problems that are arising that really are draining in a sense, or they're really taking over to where you feel extremely overwhelmed and drained. And you feel like there's been so much energy that's been siphoned from you from this other person. But all of that is coming to the surface now to be cleared for something greater to come. So, as we move into this devil energy, this is like liberation, is what it feels like. This devil card reversed. It's like the part where we release control. We break a lot of this unhealthy attachment energy and finally step out of the pattern that's really been keeping you bound, keeping you in chains. Whether it's codependent relationships, fear based thinking, old emotional cycles, karmic cycles, it's like spirit is really acknowledging with this that you're done with this. Like the time to expel all of that negative gray matter energy that I usually talk about in many readings, it's time to let that go. And so with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I feel like this really ties a lot of this energy together because things may be, looking for you like things are standing still, like you're jogging in place, like you're moving really slower than you expected. But this is like a divine pause. This is like spirit wanting you to be in this energy to acknowledge everything that is not really working out for you so that you can really stand clearer in your authority to regain your power. So, really, it's divine redirection. It's not rejection, it's redirection. So, spirit is really rebalancing the scales for you. And things that are not really going in your favor right now, you just have to remember that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So right now, you're really being guided to trust the process, to not fight the slowdown. Don't rush into anything. Let the truth come to you when it's meant to come to you. So for many of you, I'm sensing something that's built on truth, loyalty, and really divine timing is going to be coming. You just have to really trust the process. Now we have the Cutting Ties card, which says freedom, standing up, awaken. We also have the family card that came out, which says blood ties, inner circle. So for many of you, this is some sort of family dynamic entanglement that's going on right now, or something that is a connection that's like family. It's very divinely guided. It's something that is very close to your heart chakra, is what it feels like. And for many of you, you may be guided or seeing signs or seeing some sort of reflections in the 3D that indicate that it is time to cut ties or really stand up in a sense, because I'm sensing someone in the collective is coming to their senses. They're really recognizing a lot of the patterns. They're really taking the reins or controlling their destiny in a sense, where they have fully regained their power and really stepped more into their power. And they're not willing to let any lower vibrational energy get to them, whatever that may look like for them. I feel like many of you are really being guided towards something where you have to really learn to be on your own and really be more independent and really step into something that is quite scary for you, or something that you're not quite accustomed to because you've been so accustomed to being in whatever this situationship looks like for you. And for many of you, it's not romantic, but for many of you, it is. So I'm feeling so many different threads of energy, but the main message here, which I feel like I've kind of repeated several times, is that you are being divinely paused right now to recognize something that is not going in your favor. And it's time for you to take control of it. It's time for you to step up and be in complete control of everything that is going on. You have the power within you. It's just time for you to recognize it, and it's time for you to hold on to it and know that you deserve so much better than what you've been getting. And I really do sense that many of you have already done this. I've sensed that many of you have actually regained your sovereignty after so long of dealing with something that really was not truly aligned for you. And that may look really different for many people in the collective, but I'm really sensing that you really have stepped onto the other side. And so it's time for the remaining people in the collective to do the same. I'm also sensing a rebirth or some sort of awakening as well. It really feels like a metamorphosis in a sense. And I feel like that's going to look really different too. But whatever is to come, it is going to be something that's going to be so much more prosperous for you. I might be saying that wrong, prosperous. But I'm really sensing a lot more prosperity, is what I'm trying to say. It really feels like you are going to hold on to something in the 3D that is just going to be something that you've been craving or desiring for so long. And primarily it's peace. And so this peace looks so different for many people in the collective, because for many people, it's just cutting everyone out and just being in your own space. But I'm also sensing financial peace, financial stability, emotional peace, emotional stability. And for many people also too, mental. I feel like a lot of mental health issues are really coming to the surface as well for a small number of the collective. And I really feel like you're really focused more on your mental, and somehow that's going to bring peace to you as well. So, what's to come for the collective is something very beautiful, is what I'm sensing. And as I'm shuffling, okay, we have here the Five of Cups reversed. Okay, we also have the Knight of Cups reversed. So a lot of heart chakra energy that I'm sensing. I feel like this is really like an emotional time for many people as well in the collective. We also have the World card. I'm sorry, this is not the World. But there has to have been a reason why I said the World. This is actually the Star card, and it's in the upright position. So for me to say the World, I feel like the reason that I said that is because something has to come to full closure. And I feel like when that does happen, it's going to have a lot of healing effect for many people in the collective. But yeah, this is the Star card in the upright position, which I haven't seen in a while either. And then we also have the Page of Wands in the upright position. So the final message here from Spirit, really for the collective, is one of healing and renewal. So it's really showing me and what it feels like that we're finally turning away from disappointment, emotional loss, grief, sadness, sorrow. You know, what was broken is no longer really defining us right now. Many people in the collective are learning to release regret and really focus on what actually still stands. whether it's the love, the lessons, but primarily I feel like this is about self worth. And it's been challenging, but it's like you're making it through, is what it feels like. You're really holding yourself up. You're not continuing to wallow in self pity. I feel like that's going to connect with some people in the collective that have been doing that. And it really feels like there's something that's been revealed, like you felt something emotionally that has really let you down because it's something that has been really unfulfilled in your heart chakra. It's almost like someone or something didn't meet you halfway. So there's a lot of disappointment, but it's like you're learning discernment from that type of scenario. You're really learning to see the difference between fantasy and a genuine connection for many of you that are dealing with relationship issues right now. And it's no longer about chasing emotional highs. It's no longer about, chasing a fantasy or an illusion. It's about cultivating emotional truth. And so you're really going to be stepping into divine healing, renewal, restoration. And for many of you, you're doing a lot of shadow work, which is a great thing. You're shedding a lot of layers of something that just was not meant for you. And so after all of that work that you've put in spiritually, you're returning to hope. You're finding your faith again. You're finding your light. You're finding your sense of purpose, whatever that may look like for you. And so this is also really a reminder, this star card energy. This is a reminder that when you are really in alignment with your light and your authenticity, your vulnerability, you can really expel a lot of that negative energy from you. You can really expel a lot of that shadow energy, that darkness. And so, really, what I'm seeing is like a new spark of creativity, inspired action, curiosity about things. You're finding, your passion when it comes to maybe music or the arts or whatever really gets your creative juices flowing. I feel like that's going to be really different for many people. This could be picking up on a hobby that you once let go of. This could be learning to do some sort of workout regimen for some people. So, really getting your body back right, really getting your health back on track, getting your finances in order. But whatever this spark is, it's like this awakening. It's like you're really excited about the adventure of learning to do you, is what it feels like. Learning to explore again, to express again, to believe again. After such, sadness and turmoil and darkness and just betrayal type of energy that I'm sensing. So it's really like a whole new chapter is really truly beginning for you. And it's beautiful. It's something that is definitely tangible. It's something that is definitely in alignment for you. You just have to trust divine timing. So, with that said, I do feel really guided to end the reading here. And as you always know, I draw one last oracle card to end the reading. Okay, so this is rare as I shuffled, but there were several messages that needed to come out, and I was not going to accept all of these messages at first, but I feel guided to because throughout this particular reading, I have felt a strong, like, multiple threads of energy because there are many people in this dynamic. I'm sorry, there are many people in this collective that I channel. And so sometimes the energies are very, very strong, where it feels like many different people's guides or spirits are really kind of fighting for attention in a sense. But I feel like all of these messages are going to connect in different ways for what everybody is going through. So I will accept all these cards that came out. So we have 8 different messages, and this is a very small collective that I do channel into. And I would say there are about 8 people in the collective, actually, 8 to 10 people, at least in the collective, that I channel into every week. And so I feel like this is actually a very specific message for everyone. But this these readings are for everyone that spirit, your guides, or whatever higher power you believe in. If this finds you, it's definitely for you. So, just use your intuition and trust the process. So, the first card that came out actually came out reversed, and it is the compassion card. So, I really actually feel like the reason why it came out reversed, because I usually don't accept reversals for oracle cards, but I feel like this is for a particular someone in the collective. And this card is okay, I already said the compassion card, but this card speaks about compassion for others and also for yourself, and has a very particular message to it. And so I really feel like it's going to connect for this person, because I really feel like this particular individual has had a hard time really dealing with showing self-love or compassion for themselves. So I really feel like this is a reminder from spirit. But the card says you're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break, instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend. Be a loving comforter who always has your back. So this is definitely for you. This is definitely a message directed to you, something that you really needed to hear, because you really have been out of alignment. Your scales have really been tipped. So it's time for you to really show yourself the love and care that you really need to show yourself. The next card is the resolution card, and it says, whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. The next card says step back. It says you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective that you need. The next card says soar, and it says you're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out if the shadows. Okay, so that's definitely a typo. It literally says if the shadows. Okay, but anyway, I believe the message should be you're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. Yeah, so it just threw me off with the typo, but that's interesting. Okay. The next card says authenticity. It says be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in, break away from expectations, and fully express yourself in your own unique way, and you'll be a magnet for success. The next card says open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what is best for you. There's a typo on this card too, so that's really interesting. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. The next card is the choice card. It says, you're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. And the last card says release judgment. It says holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. So all of these messages are definitely direct messages from your spirit guides, your deities, whatever higher power you believe in, the universe, angels, God, whatever you believe in. And I definitely feel like it is going to connect with everybody. I do apologize for whatever typos were there, but for some strange reason, there are some typos on these cards, which is really interesting. So, but I do hope the messages that came out here, which again are timeless, I definitely hope everyone is using their intuition and only take what truly connects with them. But I really do hope that everything here connected for you in some meaningful way. And I definitely look forward to doing these reading videos more often. I know someone particularly is very excited to be able to have more collective readings. And each one will be different, so it won't be the standard reading that I usually do, but I'm definitely interested in seeing what comes out in these readings as we progress through the rest of the year. And of course, I'm sending you lots of love, light, and happiness. I do hope everyone has a wonderful remainder of their day or evening. And I will see you in Monday's reading.